is up, toy fans? This is Brock Lauer here.
And Kyle Walters.
And here is our 9th episode of Talking Toys. And our topics today, what makes a good toy reviewer and great toy finds. We'll discuss what makes a good toy review, obviously, goods and bads, pros and cons, what do we like, don't like, favorites, non-favorites, best and worst, and kind of like what we like and don't like. Great toy finds, well, we're just going to be sharing a story on like great stories of toy finds we've had. But on to the news, and the news is a bit pretty brief today, but that's not a bad thing. So coming out of Marvel Legends, we have the Build-A-Figure Hulk Endgame Wave 2 line, which has, for Marvel Legends, War Machine, Pepper Potts and Rescue Armor, Shuri, Loki, Union Jack, Rock Python, Beta Ray Bill, and that's the whole line. So yeah, you finally get your War Machine, you get a Rescue Armor, Pepper Potts, and it's finally for Endgame Wave 2. So what do you think of Endgame Wave 2 Marvel Legends?
I like the variety. I think people will be very happy. There's a great balance between movie and non-movie, but I don't care.
None of the figures you're interested in?
I probably will. I like Rescue Armor Pepper Potts just because I want to start building up a Hall of Armor, so to speak, because there's really good, scale-wise between Mezco, SH Figuarts, and everyone in between. There's some really good armors I can get.
Yeah.
But War Machine, too bulky, didn't care.
Really?
If I wanted to build a Serpent Society, though, which I guess has kind of been in the back of my head, I don't know why, just because it's a random team. But getting, what was it, you said Copperhead, right?
Yeah, it was in one of the other waves.
That's pretty cool. Shuri is a great character, but don't care.
Or Cottonmouth.
Or maybe it was Cottonmouth, yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's Copperhead, but like there's Cottonmouth, yeah, he's another one.
Because that'd be good. That would go great, because then they have him with
and Cobra.
What's the one? I can't remember the dude with from a previous Marvel Legends wave. It was from one of the Arnim Zolas. Can't remember that. But they have another character from there from the Serpent Society. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of obscure. But if they're gonna go that obscure, then I expect, what was his name? First name Alistair. I expect a Smythe. Give me my Smythe.
Yeah, you still want that Smythe from Spider-Man.
But overall, I thought it was really cool. Union Jack, maybe even too.
Yeah.
He's an interesting character in some regards. What about you?
I like the War Machine and Pepper Potts. I'll probably get the Shuri just to fill out my Black Panther characters. Just, yeah, all the movie figures. I don't know too much about Beta Ray Bill, but
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looked cool. I
Yeah, he looked cool,
saw him in
though.
person.
I mean, probably Shuri, or I'll definitely get the Loki. The War Machine looks awesome, and Pepper Potts Rescue Armor, because that was kind of unexpected. I mean, I didn't expect that to be in the Marvel Legends wave itself. And also,
The Bath Hulk looks really cool too.
yeah, the Hulk's okay. I mean, it's like,
I like that
It's
they've
just
been
kind of-
including multiple heads for their Build-A-Figures.
yeah,
Whether it was Kingpin or any of that.
I just honestly wasn't excited about it. I just wasn't too.
It's definitely a cop out. It's definitely
Yeah.
like, well, what's a big figure? How about another Hulk? Like,
Well, they already did Thanos, yeah. I mean,
It's
they already did Giant Man, so at
it's-
this point, it's like, well, that's what you got.
It'd be cool if they did more human characters. Give us a Hank Pym, stuff like that. That'd be kind of
Yeah, I do like some of the stuff they're doing with the 2-packs, and yeah, I'd like the alter egos, like more like from Tony Stark or Steve Rogers or
old Steve Rogers. That'd be cool.
yeah, I like just kind of alter egos would be cool. Or Peter Parker, that'd be cool. And also we got the Build-A-Figure Molten Man Marvel Legends wave that has Hydra Man, Spider-Man from the movie, Spider-Man from the movie in his stealth armor, which is all black, Spider-Woman from the comics, Doppelganger from the comics, Mysterio from the movie, and Scorpion. What did you think of that wave?
Great wave.
It was a great wave.
I like movie Mysterio. Hydra Man is the clear winner in my book.
I'd agree.
Doppelganger's very cool. It reminds me of when they showed him the animated show. Molten Man looks like it could be pretty decent. And I'm really excited for that Spider-Woman.
Yeah, I'm getting more into that one.
She looks very like I love the old Jessica Drew one we got in the red costume from a couple years ago. One of the Avengers ways. This one looks really, really nice.
I wasn't too keen on the Spider-Woman, but she's kind of growing on me. Her looks classic, and it seems like perfect. Because the ones they've done before have been like kind of lackluster.
I agree. I still like my other Spider-Woman I have, but she could go great with an Avengers display. This one could go great with Spider-Man display,
Right.
or Spider-Verse, I guess you could say. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I pretty much want the whole wave except the movie Spider-Man in his red and black suit because
Yeah, I don't care about either of those.
the Spider-Man in his. I mean, I want the stealth suit Spider-Man, but I don't want the black and red one. Like just how he like it's like the same suit from the first one, but it's just black. I'm like just not interested in it's just kind of like the quality of it looks kind of like subpar on the account of it's like a shiny plastic. His lines don't stick out on his like webbing suit, and it's just kind of like
It's kind of like me.
yeah, and luckily they don't come with any Build-A-Figure pieces.
Even
So.
the stealth suit, I don't care about either.
I think it's cool just because it's different. So we can agree to disagree.
Right? No,
yeah.
hey, what are friends for?
Right, but
for Molten Man is interesting, but I know it's might be too easy to call, but I feel like Molten Man is an illusion to make Mysterio look good.
the Molten Man looks cool, and I like the Hydra Man is obviously the winner of the wave. The Doppelganger is a must-have for me. I mean, I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, it doesn't have ab crunch." Well, it's like you can only you get what you get. I mean,
Sometimes you have to sacrifice an ab crunch for some good sculpting.
right? I mean,
Because
put them in a different pose. I mean,
there's quite a few figures with great ab crunch that aren't terribly sculpted. So
yeah, and Mysterio from the movie looks sweet. I'm glad they're doing him. Kind of wish I had a Jake Gyllenhaal head, but you like I said, you get what you get. And the Scorpion, I've been waiting a long time for.
oh yeah, I forgot about him. I like the more animated style look from Toy Biz's Spider-Man Classics, but I'll still get it regardless because it's cool. Now it's just I can only think of as far as really mainstream villains that I want. Well, they've done pretty much all of them. I can think of just Smythe now.
Ones they haven't done,
That are mainstream.
mainstream.
I can't think of any. I can't think of any that Toy Biz didn't do or Hasbro.
They're kind of at the end of the rope here with just Smythe pretty much. Yeah, they did all the goblins. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like they're getting down to the end of the more familiar villains. I mean, they're redoing Black Cat now, and they've done that.
The Jackal. Did they do a Jackal?
Yeah, they did a Jackal. I have him. I think pretty much all the. I'm trying to think from past movies or something like that. Yeah. I think they've done pretty much everybody. I can't think of anyone else they haven't done Spider-Man villain wise. I mean, they've done Hydra Man, which is not such a well-known villain to most people. They've redone Craven.
They could do a classic Molten Man, I guess.
They haven't done. Yeah, they could do that. Or they haven't done a classic Vulture.
Oh yeah, they did.
They did like that 2-pack modern looking Vulture, which isn't bad, but
that was the ultimate Vulture.
Yeah.
Where the only traditional Vulture was ever that multi-pack from Toy Biz.
I'm still waiting for a Man Spider. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they haven't done one of those since Toy Biz.
They haven't done him. They already did Punisher. I'm trying to. They did Morbius. Yeah, they pretty much done everybody. I can't think of I mean, they could do what I'd like them to do is if they could still make characters. They could make Aunt May. They could make J. Jonah Jameson, which would be awesome. I mean, some characters like Mary Jane, maybe a comic Gwen Stacy. You could do different characters. Maybe Harry Osborn or something like that, or Norman Osborn. I mean, you could maybe figure out some cool way to do it.
Harry could be fun, or even some of the what was it, Spider-Man Year 3000 that they had on Fox Kids back when we were kids.
Yeah.
Where they had the future Carnage and the future Venom. That could be fun. I mean, Hasbro's a money-making machine. I'm sure they'll figure something out.
I mean, they could even do the video game characters. This looks so cool. If they wanted, I'm just saying. I mean, there's so many. I mean, there's a lot of villains they haven't done for a lot of different characters. There's so many Avengers villains they could do. I feel like there's a lot of Cap figures they could still make. A lot of Avengers, Cap, Thor villains they could still make. I mean, it's just they've done it with Spider-Man. So we'll see. But
their one moneymaker that's gonna crack me up forever is X-Men, because now that they started doing X-Men waves, there are 8,000 X-Men, so they can just continue it forever.
I can't remember wanting to get a Marvel Legends wave of the most characters in this Molten Man figure wave since the Juggernaut, when they did the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut.
Yeah, no, it's been a hot minute
where I've wanted all the characters.
It's gonna be fantastic wave, and it's funny because the Mysterio pretty much looks like the same mold as the old
Yeah,
Mysterio,
they
but
did.
it's gonna be cool.
They did justice to the character from what it looks like in the movie. So X-Men. Speaking of X-Men, they've had the new vintage like card back wave, and that has Cyclops, Dazzler, Silver Samurai, Iceman, Storm, who's going to be in her white costume, and X-Force Wolverine. What do you think of that wave?
I thought it was cool. Storm.
Storm,
Storm's
I want to get
Storm's gonna be so hard to find.
Storm, and I want to get the Iceman too.
As weird as it sounds, I'm kind of interested in Cyclops because the first ever Marvel Legends I ever bought was Toy Biz Cyclops from the why can't I think of the name? Sentinel Wave. Sentinel
okay.
Build-A-Figure Wave. That Sentinel was really cool. As weird as it sounds, I sold it for like $90 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which was a pretty good deal at the time. And I just don't want another one. As weird as it sounds, just like at one point I sold my Frost Giant.
Yeah.
Which was really cool as well, but I don't know why I don't want those. Those are such cool figures. But as collectors, I guess we kind of pick and choose what we really enjoy. But I'm very, very excited about this Storm. They've been killing it with X-Men lately. Jubilee, Beast. I love the Gambit I have. Even doing other figures. Like, what's that Build-A-Figure from the X-Men wave?
I don't think there is.
No. The one, the past wave with Gambit.
Oh, the Caliban.
Yeah, you and I don't care about him.
Yeah,
but it's cool that they're doing it regardless.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people were so into the Sauron Build-A-Figure.
Yes, I still need it. I just don't. I don't have it. It looks cool, but the thing that sucks is the Sauron wave. I liked Bishop, and I think I forget who I got. I got one figure from that wave. I can't remember, but most of it, like I love Deadpool, but most of it was just like Deadpool and boxers,
Right.
And I'm just like. It's funny, but I don't care. But the Sauron wave, I like Sauron from the X-Men animated series, so I'll eventually get it. Yeah. I've kind of procrastinated it because that was 1 or 2 years ago, and I kind of procrastinated.
Yeah, I mean he's not an easy build to figure. I haven't seen any of him piece wise. I mean, like I've gotten like Kingpin pieces and Cull Obsidian pieces for build figures from like different people and online, but Sauron's a hard one. I'm just for X-Men for me. I just want the mainstream ones, so I'm not like so into like I'm not into Dazzler.
I like
Cyclops looks interesting. Silver Samurai maybe, and I'll definitely get Iceman and Storm. And I have enough Wolverine, so.
For me, what the display I want to do is like obviously like you said our favorites, but I love how they're doing 90s Jim Lee style X-Men.
Yeah.
And as weird as it sounds, people love that Cyclops that they released from a couple waves back of X-Men. People love that Cyclops.
Yeah.
I hate it.
The Jim Lee one?
Yeah, I hate that Jim Lee. I like the Toy Biz Jim Lee style better, even though it's more slender.
Yeah.
I just like it better. I don't know.
I kind of agree with you there. I mean, it depends. If I could get it cheap enough, I will get the Jim Lee one, but like, yeah, he kind of looks goofy. And then like, I know what you mean by like him in his dark blue, and he has like just. He doesn't have the hair, and he has like the cap on and stuff.
I just don't. I like
that one better.
There's a couple Toy Biz figures that still stand out, even though Hasbro's been absolutely killing it, and obviously technology advances. But I just don't like it. Plus, the visor has this really nice clear-esque plastic from the Toy Biz one.
Yeah.
Hasbro's doing a lot of great things with X-Men. I can't wait for the Juggernaut. I'm so happy I didn't build that Juggernaut. I feel bad for anyone who did.
Same. I built half of it, so.
Now that they're going to come out with a Juggernaut Colossus wave.
Yeah.
That's going to be freaking
Yeah, everyone's going to want that now. And sell their Build-A-Figure pieces. Because that one's just better.
Another one I could do is what? Don Blake turns into Thor, correct?
Yeah.
I would love a Don Blake figure.
That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, stuff like that. Or
something outside of the box.
Or Bruce Banner, yeah. Just like, something than just the run-of-the-mill kind of heroes.
And this time, when they make a Bruce Banner figure, please don't make it an online exclusive.
Right.
Where, like, one day you see it on Amazon for $40, and then the next day it's like $120 because of scalpers, and you're just like, ugh, no thanks.
And Walmart released... have exclusive, so that means you'll never find it, folks, is a worthy Captain America with shield and hammer from Avengers Endgame. And so he comes in his regular suit as Captain America as he was in Avengers Endgame. So he does come with the hammer. It's called like Worthy Cap Marvel Legend, which looks awesome, but you'll never find it because it's Walmart exclusive.
Or you'll run into that unlucky douche canoe who decides that they want to, buy, if there's five at a Walmart, they're gonna buy five, and they're going to just go from there and like, oh, I found all five for I don't know $19, and then now they're gonna put them online for 30. I prefer. I mean, I understand people. If you have, in order to successfully run a business, you got to make a profit. But this is, for most of us, just a fun hobby. So it's like, why would you want to screw over your fellow nerds? I
Well,
never understood that.
it's that, and also like Walmart stinks at stocking. Like Target never has a problem stocking. Like with their exclusive, like I saw the Spider-Man Mary Jane 2-pack and the Craven and Spider-Man
And we
2-pack
saw when
in
you
the
and I,
same week. They figured it out. Walmart. Why can't you? Like
heck,
or
even Walgreens gets
yeah.
it right.
Well, no, they
And
have.
it's freaking Walgreens, and I've seen so many of the Star Wars Black Series of that military dude. I can't think of his name. From Star Wars, and then they've had I was able to find all of their Fantastic Four ones. I
Yeah.
found you a Silver Surfer because I didn't really want it for some reason, even though it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I found the Doctor Doom Iron Man. Like, if Walgreens can do it, Walmart being the biggest company in the entire world, even ahead of like Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, and Apple. Like, come on now.
Shame on you, Walmart.
Shame. Shame.
But I mean, I've noticed also Walgreens hasn't stocked their shelves as what they used to.
Walgreens is like
they've been slipping behind.
Every Target is going to be pretty well stocked for the most part, but Walgreens, it's weird because there's something I've gone and I'm like, wow, like you're stuck in like 2014 with these action figure waves, and there's others where like locally, Berea, Ohio, consistently good.
Yeah.
Brunswick, Ohio. Brunswick has Donut Land, but their Walgreens consistently pretty well stocked. But then you go to Fairlawn, which is near Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Like old Spider-Man waves, and you're just like, what is this?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like, I mean, the Walgreens around me haven't stocked anything new. They don't have the new X-Men wave, and they haven't had the new Spider-Man wave, or they haven't even had anything really. I mean, it's just, or even their exclusives lately. Their exclusives have been really hard to find lately. And I mean, that's just how I think. I mean, that's my little rant on stocking. But on to more news.
Stock your shelves.
SDC. Well, actually, we'll go to Mattel. Mattel has some stuff coming out. Mattel has the new Brachiosaurus dinosaur. It measures 42 inches long. If you don't know what Brachiosaurus is,
Brock, why don't you tell us about the Brachiosaurus?
it has the long neck and a long tail, and it's 42 inches long, 36 inches tall. It'll retail at $49.99. So for you Jurassic Park, Jurassic World fans, that's coming. Also, they have Mattel released this SDC exclusive Adam West 80th anniversary Batman 4-pack, which will have the Rainbow Batman, Zebra Stripe Batman, and Negative Suit Batman, and also regular Batman.
Oh, they're trying to pump some stuff out before they lose the license to McFarlane.
Yeah, because I think this is their last show, honestly.
That's smart though, because then you're like, you know what? What do people like? People like Batman, and they're like, how can we milk this? I guarantee. I haven't seen the pictures, but it's probably the same mold, just different paint jobs. So that's smart.
Yeah.
Lame, but smart.
Yeah. Oh, also that Brachiosaurus is a Target exclusive. I forgot to mention that. One last Marvel Legend thing. Fan channel exclusive anti-white Agent Venom just came out, so you'll have to get that, like, I guess online. It's like the same thing as the black one, just reversed.
I can't think of his name, and I'm kind of ashamed, but I'm not the biggest Jurassic Park fan. Like, it's fine, but it doesn't, I guess get the blood flowing. But the old man who says, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
Yeah, John Hammond.
Yeah, he gets a figure.
Yeah, it's an exclusive, SDCC exclusive, and that's Mattel. And he's finally getting a figure.
That was Mattel deciding to do Jurassic Park to milk this line and to get figures of people in there with like your Chris Pratts and Dr. Ian Malcolm. Super smart.
Yeah.
Good job, Mattel.
Well,
super smart.
Those have been long overdue, in my opinion.
Agreed, because before it was just like, if you got a human character, it would just be like some crap where it's like just a generic looking person.
Right. Yeah, just a generic person. It wouldn't be a character, and if it was, it wasn't done very well. Mattel, wrapping up Mattel, they'll also have SDCC He-Man figure 2-pack, which will be He-Man and Prince Adam 2-pack of multiple heads and hands. So all you He-Man fans, you'll also get an SDC exclusive He-Man. And I know we've talked about it off the show before, Kyle. He-Man fans want their figures. So what's going on with that?
It's super weird. I don't understand it. Mattel made so many He-Man figures, and I don't know if they lost the license or if they just said, "And we don't want it anymore." And then it went to Super 7, and Super 7 has done some cool things. They're coming out with the Voltron and Toxic Avengers. They're going to show some Ninja Turtles, and then all of a sudden, maybe a month or less ago, it was announced that Mattel is getting the He-Man license back.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like it's because Super 7 is going to got all the funding backing for a Snake Mountain for like $700.
Yeah.
Mattel saw the dollar signs because they didn't jump on that bandwagon soon enough. And I think it's because Mattel realizes they're losing DC, which is a cash cow, because in some ways, as mean as it sounds, Mattel has been inept in the field of DC, and they just finally got it good this past year. So they realized that He-Man is has a big following, so they want to make money there. They've showcased a couple Thundercats figures even at PowerCon a handful of months back, so I'm interested to see what happens. For the most part, I think it's pretty good. If you grew up in the '80s, you're getting lots of good '80s figures. You're getting He-Man, Toxic Avenger, you're getting Thundercats, and possibly you're getting some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people want their figures, and Mattel just says no with the He-Man. That's for me. That's a gold mine because that has a strong following. Yeah, but I don't understand why people like they want their He-Man figures, but Mattel's like, so what? And they did the same thing with Thundercats. Everybody wants Thundercats so bad, and there's like a cult like demand for Thundercats figures, and it's like,
Thundercats.
it's like the attitude of it is so meh, like meh, like.
Thundercats is so weird to me because I remember Pixel Dan talked about how a couple years back he asked someone at Mattel, and someone at Mattel said unfortunately they weren't going to make any more Thundercats figures because the people who, I forget who owns it, people that own the license to Thundercats were like, well, we're gonna wait till the new movie comes out. But then at one of the He-Man cons, they showed some new Thundercats figures, and people were like, "What?"
Right.
So I am interested because if they get some like really good posability, some ankle pivot and stuff, they will make a killing
Oh
for
yeah.
Thundercats figures because that was one of the most popular licenses in the '80s, up there with Transformers and He-Man,
Right.
and like I can't think of the name of the Marvel license, and then DC Superpowers. So if they were smart, whoever gets the Thundercats license should just start kicking butt and taking names with it.
Yeah, I agree. Switching over now to Lego, the new Jurassic Park Rampage set comes out July 1st. It has the Iron Gate, bigger T-Rex. It's kind of like built up from Legos as opposed to just your typical T-Rex minifigure. It has Dennis. It's all from the first movie, the original Jurassic Park, for you original Jurassic Park fans. It has Dennis, Ian Malcolm, Dr. Grant, Ray Arnold, Ellie Sattler, and John Hammond. And the front of it looks like the iron gates of like Jurassic Park. It says Jurassic Parks with the flames, and then the back of it has like little mini rooms, like a control room, a bathroom, and a dining room. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. It's a quality set. I don't know if you saw it, but it's like the T-Rex looks awesome, and then the gate looks awesome, and then you get bonus rooms and the minifigures. So it's like for adults. It's gonna cost around $249.99, and you'll be able to get it on Lego.com and the Lego store. Yeah, this is an adult
Those
set.
are Hot Toys prices.
That's these are adult sets. So Lego has been doing adult sets more or less. So, like it seems like they've been doing this. Their last adult set, a Stranger Things set, it was like you could like put it right side up, or you could turn it upside down. One side being regular,
cool.
the regular world, and then the upside down being the upside down world. That one's also Lego store or online. Minifigures for the Stranger Things cabin include Will, Hopper, Joyce, Eleven, Dustin, Demogorgon, Mike, and Lucas, and also comes with Hopper's police truck. So it's really good. I mean, Lego has really been. I mean, that's for adults, more or less. And it came out. That one's came out for a little while, but they've really been doing adult theme lately. Not to say that they haven't been doing kid stuff, but a lot of their stuff they make is for kids.
It's kind of funny because it's like toy companies grew up with us. I almost feel bad for kids because
Yeah.
when they, like, a lot of times from my perspective, kids will get the quote unquote kid figures with less articulation and they'll be like, I'd rather just have the adult collectible, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Lego sets, they vary by size, so like the bigger the set, the more expensive it is. Like I like my Harry Potter era sets from when I bought them because I think that's pretty cool. I think I like the castle design back then better than I did do the modern ones, but there's some of the modern ones I like because I didn't get the older version of a certain castle or set. I mean, I want more Star Wars sets, but they always re-release Star Wars sets like the X-wing and the Tie Fighter. I got I want to get one. I'm gonna go to the Lego store pretty soon for my birthday and pick out a set. No, that one's really cool. I think they're both A+ sets. A lot of people like them. I'm a Stranger Things fan. I won't get the Stranger Things set, but I'm impressed by it. I'm a Jurassic Park fan. That one's tempting to get, but I think I'll pass on it because I want to get back in. I want to get like the Tie Fighter and an X-wing for the Star Wars Lego set. But also I'm gonna get more Harry Potter sets. And also I have Lord of the Rings sets, so I'm like a big Lego. More licenses for Lego, the more Legos you get. Farland Toys released their Harry Potter wave, Harry Potter figure, and Ron and Hermione figure will all be based off the Deathly Hallows movie, the last movie. Ron, his Patronus dog, Harry Potter, his Patronus stag, Hermione, her Patronus otter, and Voldemort comes with his snake. They showed images recently new. Voldemort's cloak will be cloth. Really cool figure. Like the resurgence of Harry Potter figures coming in, and I think McFarlane has a win there. I'm liking their Game of Thrones line. I got the Night King and the Dragon in my collection. I'm liking the Game of Thrones figures. I like what McFarlane's doing. Articulation's a little bit hit or miss. This is great. I like the scale. Doesn't seem too tall, but it doesn't seem too little either. So I like the scale for McFarlane's figures right now.
I'm ecstatic to see what McFarlane is going to do for SDCC for DC.
Yeah.
That you and I have already talked about how we know that Wave 1, you're going to do a Batman or a Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to. You got to get people excited. You got to do one of the classic characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested if he'll throw, I guess you could say, a wrench in the gears, so to speak, and he'll do something random like, I don't know, like Wonder Gal or Aqualad, something silly.
Yeah, or what's that girl?
He'll probably do Wonder Woman 1984 as well. He'll probably do a figure for that.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Or
Well, speaking of movie figures, Mattel's Danny DeVito Penguin I saw in person looks really good.
really, yeah, those are not going to be Mattel's anymore. Now I think about it, that was a good wave though. I mean, that was a good concept. I like the thought of it.
Yeah, because I would love like a Jim Carrey Riddler and stuff. We'll see if Todd McFarlane keeps it going.
Yeah. Hot Toys is releasing a 12-inch Scarlet Spider figure, also an Infinity War Star-Lord figure, Hot Toys, and it'll come with Doctor Strange's disc from like when he steps on him, and he comes with a gun that has bubbles coming out of it as an effect. He'll have a masked and unmasked head. He'll have 3 heads and a teleportation portal, like he's like coming out of the portal of one of Doctor Strange's portals.
Dope.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're getting a Star-Lord Hot Toys and you haven't got one yet, and you're thinking about it, I recommend this one. It looks pretty accurate. Also, the Scarlet Spider is kind of like its own design, which looks pretty cool. The Haya, a company that makes figures, is doing the Injustice 2 Green Lantern figure and a Reverse Flash figure from the video game. I don't know if you saw those.
I've seen those. Unfortunately, they're 3 3/4 inch. That's what sucks.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what scale they were, but the Reverse Flash looks cool. And NECA is releasing a Terminator. They're doing Terminator Wave for the new Terminator movie, and they're doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger from the new movie, the T-8-100 of weapons, and also the Sarah Connor in the new Terminator movie, based off that new movie, which looks actually halfway decent compared to the last, I don't know, 5 Terminator movies that have.
Oh, it's directed by I can't think of his name.
James Cameron.
Yeah,
he's the guy who did the original or the first 2.
That's why I'm optimistic, because they brought back the guy who made the 2 best ones.
And they bringing back Arnold Schwarzenegger and the original Sarah.
The one Terminator I never saw was, I mean, the Sarah Connor Chronicles on TV was okay, but they never brought back the one with Christian Bale. That one got bad reviews, and I'm disappointed because I love Christian Bale. You saw it?
I've seen parts of that one, but I have seen the third one. I think it was the third one, like the modern one.
I
the
love
one with the girl. I don't know.
I love that one.
The girl machine.
It got bad reviews, but I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was visually entertaining, but I didn't feel like I just didn't. I don't know. The world ended. I mean, like, so I don't know. I wasn't like big on the third one. It was interesting to watch if you haven't watched it, but I didn't care. Like, I seen bits of the Christian Bale one, and that one just like too different. But this one actually looks like back to basics and decent. And also, Funko is releasing for San Diego Comic Con 2019. They're releasing 75 exclusives, and one of them I am aware of is that they are doing a Batman holding an SDCC bag. But you also showed me a couple more.
Yes, they're doing the ones that stood out to me were Gotank's one of his ghosts. That was cool from Dragon Ball Z. But the best ones are the characters from the Big Bang episode where they dressed up as the Justice League.
That's pretty cool.
I want them all, especially Raj
as
Aquaman.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. I laughed when you showed me that. I'm like, oh, that's a good exclusive. And the last update we have for you today is that also Marvel Select released the Avengers Endgame Hulk in his bluish jumpsuit, and he'll also have the Infinity Gauntlet, which actually looks pretty tempting because Hasbro hasn't made one yet.
I have two more little quick jabs. SH Figure Arts is also doing the same Hulk in the jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see whose will be better.
Yeah.
And a company called Sentinel, which is known for making really fun Hot Toys-esque figures, and sometimes some really good 6-7 inch figures as well, is doing Ronin Warriors. I think it's like the 30th or 40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
But in Japan, they're known as Japanese Samurai Troopers. And I saw images from Collectors Alliance on Facebook of Ryu.
Yeah.
And I know you know nothing about that, but
no, I don't. I know nothing.
I am so excited. But hopefully, when Bandai Tamashii Nations, also now known as Bandai Spirits, which Tamashi in Japanese translates in English to spirits, so I don't get why they would just, I guess, cut out the middleman and just name it spirits. But anyways, when they had the line originally, they did a lot of the troopers, and they looked cool. But I want, like, give me Talpa, give me Anubis. Like, I want them to go deep in this line. Like, this is up there for me with, like, getting Mattel to do new Gargoyles figures, because Funko's doing Gargoyles, and that's cool. But I want articulated Gargoyles as well for the adult collectible market. Give me Xanatos.
I mean, yeah. Hopefully they make a movie off Gargoyles and do an old line that's.
Jordan Peele wants to do it, and he's proven
it's a very underrated property, and that Disney owns. I mean, like,
yeah, and it's like Jordan Peele has literally proven that he can make gold with things he touches, and it's like they had so many great voice actors. I mean, the guy who played Goliath did the United States Navy commercials.
Okay.
It's I want more Gargoyles.
They should make a movie, and I think Disney's a fool for not. I mean, I hope they make. Like a movie eventually. You're sitting on gold. I mean, in my opinion.
Then Disney, some of the best things they ever did were in the 90s and the early 2000s. Also, when they had one season of Mighty Ducks, that was wonderful. DuckTales with Scrooge McDuck, awesome. Like, come on, Disney.
Yeah.
You're more than just, we're going to make Aladdin live action. You're more than that. Like, come on now.
Right. A couple things to add also. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened.
Open sesame.
And saw some of the merch. Isn't too bad. I mean, the things I have my eye on are obviously build your own lightsaber and build your own droid. Kind of wanted to mention that for our toy community because it is something I think Star Wars fans would like. Build your own lightsaber is like $200 to make. However, it is pretty durable based on what I've seen off reviews. The hilt of what you customize it yourself from like 5 or 6 different options. And that's made out of metal. So I can't say we recommend it, but we are looking into trying to eventually go to Galaxy's Edge and build our own lightsaber. Also, you can build your own droid, and it's kind of like a Build-A-Bear concept where you could customize your own droid, pick out your own colors for like the head, the body, the legs, and the feet, and you could mix and match and different parts and pieces. To build your own droid, you could do a BB-8 model or an R2 model. You get more options with the R2 model. So that's something we just wanted to report. The quality on the R2 units and the droids is very smart, interacts with you. It can roll around. It's operated by a remote control. It's like an actual R2 unit or BB-8 unit. On to our topic, though. What makes a good toy reviewer? So you and I talk about toy reviewers occasionally, and we have a couple of them we like. We watch, but we don't get a whole much. I watch a couple. We watch. You and me and Kyle watch a lot of the same ones. Toy reviews, people for whatever you're buying, whether it's Legos, statues, action figures, play sets, Funko Pops. I mean, they're pretty important and they are pretty mainstream nowadays. We don't review figures. We just kind of give you our opinions on them based on what we have and just kind of like say whether what we like about them, what we don't. But since the reviewer base is very crowded, we decided to just kind of give our own opinions on what we think. So, Kyle,
we might throw our hat in the ring in the future. You never know.
Yeah, we might like say our couple favorites and stuff like that. But reviews are important because it can determine whether you buy the figure or not. So, Kyle, I'll ask, what do you think makes a good toy review?
I think above all else, honesty. Because as much as people might not like to admit it, if you get a free sample from someone,
Yeah.
you might not be as hard on it as possible because you constantly want to get free figures in there.
Right.
That's why two of the reviewers that I respect the most that have gotten free samples before but that are honest are I really like Talker Art. He's my favorite reviewer. He's always honest. And Anthony's Customs I think is very honest too.
Yeah. I like honesty with Talker Art. I think that's cool. I kind of wish. I mean, certain reviewers have certain branches they do. I know I watch Artemis Prime. He's a really good reviewer, but he pretty much just sticks to Marvel Legends, which isn't bad. I kind of wish he did more Star Wars, and I kind of wish he did. He did the Game of Thrones line, which I'll give him credit for. But I kind of wish he did more Star Wars here or there. He does the Marvel Legends. He doesn't do too many Marvel selects, but I mean, if you're a reviewer, you kind of do your own like brand and set of like figures and stuff like that. Whether you do Marvel selects, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Legos, and I think he's a great reviewer. Yeah, you look for honesty. I like Talker Art, just being honest, whether it's worth it or if it's crap. And I think the important part for reviewers for me, it helps me determine whether I really want it because they open the package. They have to go through everything like such as articulation paint, detail, head sculpt, joints, flexibility. I mean, that's what I look for in reviews. Like they cover like the main bases for that. Recently, I watched like two reviews. I watched one on Mezco Daredevil and one on Mezco Batman. And I didn't want to buy those figures now because they did a review on them. And frankly, I'm glad because it helps me see it more in person with like the figure. So like based on like what they were before, like those concepts before for the Mezco Daredevil and Batman were better than what they turned out to be.
Yeah, Mezco's a weird company. I mean, not that what I say necessarily matters to the executives at Mezco because they're making money hand over fist, but some of their choices are questionable.
Well, it's just like I like the Batman with the lines, and when I saw the Batman without the lines, I'm like, this is a very boring looking figure. It seems less detailed. Or the torso on Daredevil seemed off. I mean, and then they played it. I think it was Daredevil 19 that did it, or articulated comic book art, and that's the other two ones I watch. And the flexibility on it, especially with those cloth Mezco figures, is not so free as you would think. It's not so flexible. That's the good thing about reviews is like, well, if you want to pose it, you can't pose like let's say a Hot Toy Spider-Man because the fabric might like tear or stretch. Or the same thing with Mezco, the fabric might tear or stretch. Or there's a seam that's like a lot of people are having quality control issues and it tears or something like that. I think reviewers are cool. I like them. I think JC's another one. I like him for Toy News for a couple of reviews, depending on the figure and stuff like that. So I also watch some Lego reviews too. I mean, honestly, you cover the basics of the figure, what it looks like, the back, the front, articulation. You have good lighting. I like how Artemis Prime has like he does the posing and stuff like that, and he does the photography, stop motion photography and stuff like that. You put a little extra stuff into it. I think it's cool. You make it fun Talk Art I like because he compares it with a lot of older figures, which is great.
Yeah, he just busts out the collection because he has like 8,000 freaking action figures.
I like reviewers that kind of do a whole wave in one video occasionally. That's kind of nice. Some do just one figure at a time per episode.
So they can get more money from ads.
Right, yeah.
Which I can dig, but like makes when Talker Art does it, it makes life easier because he'll just pull out the whole wave.
Yeah, and like I've seen like some of the Game of Thrones reviews, and those have been helpful too. And sometimes you can only make the best judgment based on what you have and what you know, the reviewers. But sometimes the figure looks a lot better out of the packaging than it does within the packaging. So I like Talk Art, I like JC, I like Shardos Prime. Those are my top favorites. I like Articulated Comic Book Art. We recommend those as good solid reviews for figures.
Anthony's Customs I like a lot. Nerd Therapy if you like Funko Pops and statues.
Oh, okay. Pixel Dan's one.
Pixel Dan, yeah. I like Pixel Dan a lot too.
You mentioned Glenn Webb.
Glenn Webb, R.I.P. He was from a few years back. He was always fun. He did wrestling, Star Wars, and Marvel mostly.
Yeah, and he kind of was on the scene way before like the figure and toy market exploded.
He was always fun because he would do like action figure evolution with like he would take like Wolverine or something, and he would do every incarnation of it. And
Yeah.
some of those action figure evolutions are easier to do with like maybe the Juggernaut, harder to do with a character like Wolverine who's so beloved, you know.
Yeah.
And who has so many. Well, I mean, not that Juggernaut's not beloved, but who has so many freaking incarnations of that particular figure in plastic form.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've pretty much hit the nail on the head with reviewers. But yeah, I mean, they're important to the toy community, whether you buy something or not. We highly recommend that you do. I remember one time I saw a review, or I read a review actually, on like an RC car life size.
Yeah.
And I read the reviews online, and people were like, it's not good. It has a middle wheel. It gets stuck on the carpeting. It doesn't jump. And like, you just see like, so if you just read the reviews online and you see that most of them are negative, say save your money, because then again I saved $60, but it probably would have been more of a shelf piece now that I think about it. But like it was supposed to do everything an RC from the Toy Story movie car did, but there were just some like quality control issues with it. So on to our next topic, great toy finds. We thought we'd share stories on our like greatest toy finds. This will be our last topic of the day. Like stories of what we found, and we'll give you a couple stories just to kind of entertain you. So Kyle, do you have any stories that you remember, like you just kind of like, oh yeah, that one stands out?
Yes. I remember we were on Route 18 in Medina. We were heading towards Fairlawn around the time when Dark Knight Rises was going to get released, and
I know this story.
Mattel had that
I
cool,
remember it now.
that cool build-a-figure Bat Signal, and you were looking for Ra's al Ghul, and he was really hard to find at
He
the time.
was, yeah.
And I said, let's go to Walmart, and you're like, oh, you never find anything at Walmart. And I said, shit, you never know.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try. And we gave it a try, and when you found Ra's al Ghul.
You found it.
Or yeah, I found it. I found it for you, and I was like, here, told you.
I remember that one. Yeah, you got the best of me there.
And you still have it, what, 6 years later?
Yeah.
It's still a pretty fun figure.
It is. It's a great figure. I love. Mattel's one of their best toy lines. It's funny, like they went from a line like that, which was like, oh, wow, then now they're like Marvel Legends quality, and then now the stuff they make is better, but it's like they went from like they regressed and then they figured out what was wrong.
And it's funny because like all they had to do was adapt with the times because those figures were similar molds and they didn't have ankle pivot.
Yeah.
But it was fine for the time. And then as Hasbro started to add ankle pivot and everyone else did, then they were just like, we don't know what to do.
One story of mine was when I used to go to the University of Akron when I was going to school, and they had like this Quaker Square shop, which is like this, it was like a comic shop / toy shop, but it was like on campus. I went there one time, and it was one of my greatest finds for toys. And I go in there, and I'm like, oh, here's a couple Spider-Man action figures, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy these from like the 90s, the 1990s, like on card, like the old Spider-Man 1990s on card figures from the Spider-Man animated series cartoon. And I was like looking, and I'm like, here's a few, and I'm like, I'll buy these. And then I have like, there was like a tote box, like a plastic tote box on the floor. I'm like, all right, I'll just open it just as I don't know if I was supposed to, but I'm like, I'll just open it just to see what's inside. And so like the space, what was the store was like it was like a gift store for Quaker Square, but the guy was renting space to sell his like toys and action figures and his comics and stuff. So I opened the tote, right?
I missed that shop.
I do too. But my face like almost melted because it what I found in the tote box was a complete like they were from different waves, but it was a complete box of like half the entirety of the Spider-Man animated series figures on card. There was like 10 figures in there, and I picked like 8 of them, whatever, because like some of them I had were doubles and I already had. And I'm like, how much for the whole tote? And she's like, well, you could be like, it'll be like $40 or whatever. Like, or it was like, I think it was like $40 or something like that for the entire tote. And I bought the whole tote. And I'm like, I'll pay you 20 now, and I'll pick up the rest later or whatever, and pay you the other 20 later. And like my face was like, it was like opening like a treasure chest of like just gold because I'm like I was the first one in, and if I didn't open this tote, I got like half the my collection of Spider-Man animated series figures in one toy hunt. So I was really proud that I opened it, and it was just like amazing, and it made up for like half my collection from the '90s wave.
I got one for you. Same store. Akron Comic Con year 2.
Yeah,
Remember when I got the Watcher?
yeah, the Marvel Select.
Marvel Select the Watcher. I got there, and at the time it was going for buku bucks. I got it there for $20.
Yeah.
Now it's still going for buku bucks. Marvel Select the Watcher and Mephisto
Mm-hmm.
are insane what people want for them. Because I would love
Because
them.
those are like the only figures they ever made at like a Marvel Legends Watcher or any of those characters.
You know, I would love a Mephisto as well, but yeah, I still have that Marvel Legends Watcher, and I don't think I'll ever sell it. It's cool. It's very cool.
I got another one from last year actually. I went to Erie for vacation. There was a toy shop there. It was oh, I can't remember the name. Can't remember off the top of my head. But there's a toy. It's a toy shop in Erie. It's like the only one, folks. I can't remember the name for the life of me. Looking around the whole shop, and I was looking for like a Spider-Man animated series. Like I was looking for like a play set because I was in the mood to get a play set. And I was looking, and we go we go downstairs, we go upstairs, and right when we go upstairs, I find it underneath like a table, and I'm like, it was the Kingpin Chrysler Building like headquarters set from the Spider-Man animated series, and I was just like grabbed the thing, I'm like yes, and I'm like rolling around on the floor, like yes. That was with CJ that time. That was last year, and that was like really good find for a toy and stuff like that. But yeah, you and me went to Toy Hunters in Ontario, Ohio, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they have some really really good stuff there too.
If you're ever in the
They used to
area,
be in Mansfield, and then they moved to Ontario, which is literally right next door.
if you're ever in the area, we do recommend you go to Toy Hunters in Ontario, Ohio.
And then go to Mohican. Go to the park
Yeah,
right
go to the
there.
park there.
Go to Kroger, get a Starbucks, and then go walk in the park.
Yeah, we recommend it. They have Ninja Turtles from the '80s. They have Star Wars, vintage Star
Dragon
Wars,
Ball Z, Godzilla, Gundam.
Marvel
They have
Legends.
loose figures, new figures. I liked it. Really nice staff, very polite.
Yeah, figures from all the Star Wars movies.
It was fun. Their prices were pretty fair.
Yeah,
too.
it was very. They have '90s stuff, '80s stuff. Hot Toys, Mezco. We totally recommend it. It was just a toy trip we did. Check out our Facebook page to see photos of the shop. Let's see. Maybe we have one more story of toy hunting. You have one more?
I can't think of one. Oh yes, we were. This was a couple years ago. I was going through, I guess you could say, some like a rough patch financially, just some things I had going on in my life.
Yeah.
And we went to a Comic Con, and I went, and I just could only bring. I brought $20, and that was it.
Yeah.
First appearance, Poison Ivy comic.
Oh, okay. Comic. That's cool.
It really relatively poor shape, missing the poster fold out inside, but he wanted $15. So I got the first appearance of Poison Ivy for $15.
Nice.
Still have it today.
Nice. Let's see what I have one. I'm trying to think of like a comic book. Well, if we're talking about comic books, I think I got like I had like the first appearance Vision from Avengers. I had that for like $40.
Which is
A
freaking
steal.
insane.
That was a steal. I got that at a con I'm trying to think of like another. Oh no, wait. Here's one of my best ones, toy wise. It was a bunch of Batman animated series vehicles. I got the Robin Mobile. I'm trying to think what else I got. It was like the Robin Mobile, the Bat. It wasn't the Batwing, but it was It was like a bunch of. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. It was like one of them was the Robin Mobile from the Batman animated series line, and I got two other vehicles where I like wanted them all, and I like jumbled them all together. And when I jumbled them all together, I was like, okay, deal for all three of these playset vehicles. And I'm like, okay. And I got them all for like 40 some bucks or something like, or 50 some dollars or something like that. And I was just really excited because when it comes to playsets and vehicles, I get really antsy. But also like retail finds, like when I found like Marvel Legends Mysterio was a big one. Hella when I go out of town, like outside the Cleveland area for like Walmart, I got Hella from Walmart.
We'll talk about Thanos.
Oh, Thanos when I went out of town, went to like Western Ohio or Toledo area. I got like Walmart exclusive Thanos, which like you can't find like wherever you live, you like always you can never find it.
The funniest thing too is I found Black Panther Walmart exclusive at Medina Walmart. Wadsworth Walmart had another exclusive, and then the only time I've ever seen the exclusive Walgreens Silver Surfer, which I picked up for you, was I saw like 5 or 6 at the Berea Walgreens. Man, that's a great Walgreens. They do a great job.
Yeah, and it's funny because you'll find stuff for me and I'll find stuff for you, and we'll kind of like because you live in a whole different region. Like you live in Medina, I live in like more Cleveland area, so we cover like a decent amount of ground. So I think that's we pretty much wrapped it up here. Full hour comes to a close. Make sure to follow Talking Toys on Facebook, YouTube.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to.
Yeah, tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us if you have what toys you like, your great toy finds, what makes a good toy reviewer, what are some of your favorite reviewers. Tell us about the show, what you like about it, maybe what you don't like about it. Tell us, hey, we can talk about anything. We can talk about movies, talk about the toys, we can talk about merchandising, franchise of Star Wars, or any streaming sort of like Stranger Things or whatever. Feel free or Jurassic Park or Lego. Feel free to talk about whatever you want on our pages. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Also, our next episode will feature SDCC 2019. So that'll be like next month for our SDCC 2019 coverage. We're thinking probably, most likely, and not a certainty, we have to figure out all the bugs and kinks, that we'll go live on YouTube. So you'll finally see us YouTube live for the SDC 2019 coverage. And it will just be on YouTube and cover on YouTube Live. So you won't have to wait long for that. And also don't miss for Talking Tips, which will be coming out very, very soon. That'll probably also be on YouTube Live as well. And also I hope you all appreciate putting new images for more visuals on our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Facebook for any updates and news. That's pretty much it. Yeah, just feel free to comment and subscribe and be our friend. Right? And also, thanks everybody for watching last episode. We really appreciate it. We know the numbers are going up and the popularity is going up, so we can't thank you enough. Woo-woo. Yeah. So yeah, keep watching, keep clicking. Yeah, there's more to come. We got Talking Tips coming, and we also got some YouTube Live shows coming, and we hope you enjoy it. So until next time, I'm Brock Lauer.
I'm Kyle Walters.
And never give up the hunt.